Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Meet CISO. I hope you are all doing great, rocking in your cybersecurity career, and working hard and good to make your career into cybersecurity. Today, I brought one of the interesting topic, end of life, that can help you understand what is end of life policy, what is end of life process by the vendors. So that is with different stages. We will cover all of them in detail today. So let's start. So what is end of life? As I said, the vendor stops selling, updating, or supporting the hardware or software which you are using, and that we call as end of life. So these are in the stages, as I said, and let's see the stages. Okay. So first, it starts with end of life announcement date. So the vendor first announces the date. Here I have found one of the image that can help you understand in detail how this process works. So if you see here, the vendor has announced the end of life date in August 2024. They said we will be going to end the sell the particular product, and the actual end of sale date is again, this is in February 2024, and in August they actually stopped selling that particular hardware or software. Let's say here the company is talking about the hardware, but it can be anything. So they have stopped selling the hardware in August. Then end of ship date. Okay, so after the sell is stopped, the new hardware or software, generally this is for hardwares because in application or software there is no shipping date. So they have stopped the shipping date in November 2024. And then whatever it is, the hardware or the application, the software maintenance release date will be in again August 2025. So if you see here, they have given exact 1 year of window from the time they have announced the date for the end of life, and then they have provided the end of software maintenance release date. After that, in August, again in the same after 2 years, August 7, 2027, like the 3 years after that, they have stopped patching the vulnerabilities that can cause the breaches. Or security support is no more done by the company after August 7, 2027. Coming forward, end of routine failure analysis date. Again, so they will not be logging if there is any fault in your device. They will not be logging the date end of routine failures that's happening. They will not do it after August 7, 2025. End of new service attachment date. So new contract renewals, right? Sorry, renewal is taken here. So new service attachment will not be done after August 7, 2025. New you have if the organization is having any existing contracts, the new renewals will not be done after 2028, and the last date of the support of hardware and accessories are 2029. So this is a very detailed end of life timeline that you can just pause the video, you can zoom in, check the definitions in detail, and understand the sequencing of end of sale, end of support, and then at the end of life. If you see here, it's a huge window from 2024 to 2029. 5 years has been given by the vendor here, so that the organization which is using the product is getting time to renew or upgrade the existing product which they are using of the vendor. Okay, so this is the timeline. Now let's go to the next point, and that is why. Why do they do that actually? Why do organizations declare end of life? That is a good question. So because of the resource optimization. So maintaining outdated products is chaos. You all know that, right? Let's say in your day-to-day life, mobile, if it is outdated, it's very tough for you. The battery keeps on draining. The GUI may not be working good, so that consumes time, money, and manpower. Second is security and compliance. Many older systems, it's very harder to secure against them, against the cyber threats. technological advancement in terms of you cannot integrate that particular hardware or software with the modern platforms and standards, and the performance will get deteriorate. So this is all the things. Market strategy again is a main point. So keeping this as a major point, organizations do declare the end of life so that they can give enough time uh, to the organizations who are using their product to upgrade, to move on to the new product which is there in the market. And that's what the end of life is. Coming to the next point, what if the organizations ignore the vendors provided end of life timelines and everything? So as we had seen in previous slide, that vulnerabilities patches will not be provided, security patches for the vulnerabilities will not be provided, so there will be increasing in your cybersecurity vulnerabilities. There are few security standards that particular hardware or software has, and the new compliance uh, regulations which will not be matching with that particular um, security standards which is there in that particular hardware or software. In that case, there will be a compliance failures too. If there is no support from the vendor, then if something goes wrong, in that case there will be operational downtime. So yes, these are all the things that can be a risk of ignoring the end of life notifications from the vendor. Now you are saying, okay, I know how what the process is, why they are doing, what are the risks. So what should I do to avoid the end of life? So what are the best practices for handling end of life? So if you want to first understand how to get rid of this situation, first you should be knowing what all assets you are using. What is the asset? Asset can be anything, hardware or software. So you should be having the inventory of all the assets that you have. And once you have that assets inventory, then you can create a detailed list or table. It can be anything. You can use a software if it's very huge list. You can even use the Excel if it is a small amount of list and you think that you can manage it on the Excel. So you have the inventory. Now you know when this particular end of life, when this particular device is getting end of life. And after that, you can plan migrations early. How you can plan migrations early? Why? Because budgeting, everything, the business runs if there is a profit. So if you say, okay, I need n number of millions of dollars or thousands of dollars for upgrading this thing, and business says no, we don't have enough money for doing that because we have planned to launch n number of new services or anything, and we don't have budget for the IT. That can be a bottleneck for you. So budgeting needs to be done in well in advance. The business needs to be informed that okay, this particular device is getting end of life. What will be the risk if it is end of life? How the business will get impact? Everything needs to be discussed with the business so that they can provide the budget for upgrading the device, and then you can plan for upgrading the device. Next thing is training staff. So new process, new software, new hardware comes. For if your staff is not aware that how to use that new software or hardware, it can create a chaos. You will not be knowing that okay, now it's there. The software is there. We have procured it, but people don't know how to manage it, how to run that. So you have to also train the staff. As we say, all the business work on people, process, and technology. So you have to manage the technology, you have the process in place, you have done the budgeting, but people are not trained, it can be a chaos for you. So that is what the end of life is, guys. I hope this video is a fruitful video for you. I hope you liked it and learned something from this video. So do like, share, and subscribe to this video, and let me know in the question in the comment if you have any questions, if you have any doubts. I'll be happy to answer. And also let me know if you want me to create a video on any of the other topics which you would like to learn. I'll be very, very happy to help you with the new topics which you would like to learn. Let's see what you have learned from this video. Please go through this question, read the option, and provide me the answers in the comment section. I'll be waiting for your answers in the comment section. First question: when an organization announces the end of support for a product, what does it typically mean? The pro A, the product will no longer be sold in the market. The organization will stop providing updates, patches, and technical assistance. Customers must immediately stop using the product, or the product will automatically be upgraded to the latest version. Let me know your answer in the comment section. Next, which statement best reflects the typical sequence in an organization's product end of life policy? What's the correct sequence? A, end of support, end of sale, end of life. B, end of sale, end of support, end of life. C, end of life, end of sale, and end of support. D, end of support, end of life, and end of sale. Thank you so much for being with me till the end of the video. I hope you have liked the video. Do like this video, share with others, and subscribe. And let me know what should be the next video on. Bye. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself.